Surplus 7.62x50R ammo that's available currently in Canada today. There's some good, some bad, some horrific, some not too bad. So we're going to start. This is a fairly accurate rifle. I bought it back in the early 80s, brand spanking new, unissued. The bore was perfect when I bought it. And back then I didn't know a darn thing about corrosive ammo, and I went and fired some Hungarian ammo through it once, and I didn't realize that I needed to clean it out, and about 6 months later came back, well, we didn't have a nice, sharp, crisp, shiny bore anymore. It's a little dark. It's not pitted, but it's a little dark, and it's not nearly the bore that it was when I bought it new. And I'm still kicking myself from that, and that's going back to about 1989, and I'm still pissed at myself for that. Anyway, commonly available Surplus 7.62x54R in Canada today. So we went out to the range and we did some shooting. Now, we had a super windy day. We're going gusts from 60 to 80 kilometers an hour, so it wasn't the best conditions to be shooting. But I can tell you one thing with certainty. This ammo right here, this is the Czech 147 grain surplus ammo that's commonly available in Canada today. Now this Czech ammo comes loose packed. No stripper clips, no cases. It's just, I think it's 880 rounds thrown into a wooden box in a plastic bag with some deskin on it, and that's what you get. Now this is, it goes bang every time in the bolt action. It doesn't function, it's about 40%, 50% reliable in my SVT40. It has a steel case and a steel bullet. Now it goes bang most of the time, but for accuracy wise, we're looking at 50 yards, 5-inch groups with this particular load. Now, like, well, dude, that's you. Well, it could be me. Well, it's your rifle. It could be my rifle. The problem is that I spent the bulk of the day testing this ammo because I wanted to know what I had, and that's what I had. The 5-inch group at 50 meters off a bench was the best group I could get. So, guys, unless you want something with a 5-inch accuracy potential at 50 meters, I would tend to stay away from this Czech ammo. I think you can do better. Let's take a look at some other options. So what are your options? Well, your options could be maybe hand loading. If you have some reloadable cartridges that are brass, that are properly primed, you can hand load yourself. These are hand loaded, done up on, I think these are done, oh man, I've probably done these probably in the 90s. Long time ago. I've had them sitting. This is actually a Sierra 200 grain bullet. Why 200 grain bullet, Glockster? Because that's what I had on the shelf at the time. 4350 powder, or maybe 4831. Way back in the day, I wasn't real good at writing stuff down. So this is a 200 grain bullet out of the carbine. Was it superbly accurate? Not so much. 3 1/4 inch group. Now I would like to have shot some more groups, but I was running out of time, and the weather just wasn't really cooperating. So that's a 200 grain bullet at 50 yards, a 3 1/4 inch group. And it still isn't all that spit hot. Let's see what else is available. Now a cartridge that's just come on the market in Canada today is the Chinese 7.62x54R, and it comes just packaged up in a case, wrapped in a piece of brown paper, and that's what you get right there. Right there. Doesn't look all that spectacular. Once again, steel case, steel bullet, copper washed. Looks to be manufactured in, well, it's either 89 or 71. I don't know my Chinese factory markings. There's an 89 and a 71 marked on it. Now this stuff actually was surprisingly good. I wish I'd had more time to test, but at 50 yards, you're looking at about a 2 1/2 inch group. 1 flyer, 2 right in the money. So you look at those two, you're looking at a 1 inch group. I think this Chinese stuff has some potential. I need to spend more time on it. This is just a quick snapshot in time, but right now, I see a lot of potential in this Chinese stuff, and it seems to be fairly well available. I'm going to go pick up another case of it, and we'll go with that. Pricing, honestly, I can't remember. How much do you get? I believe it's 880 rounds for right around that $289 mark. I think it was very comparable to the Czech ammo in price, but as you can see in those targets, a heck of a lot better accuracy. But you know what? There is better. Let me check out the winner of this competition right here, guys. Now the absolute winner by far in terms of accuracy and heavy recoil is the Privi-Partisan 7.62x50R full metal jacket. Now this is old. This goes back to the mid 80s when still had Yugoslavia. It's a 184 grain bullet. It's a brass case that is reloadable. It does have a crimped in primer, so you're going to have to cut the primer crimp to reload. The case is actually a proper bullet, a proper case. It's a copper bullet, or a brass or bronze or whatever they're made out of. It's not a steel case. That's what I'm getting at. There's no steel in this bullet whatsoever. A conventional bullet, conventional copper case. It's heat treated. It's annealed. The neck is annealed, so you can get several reloadings out of it. Now this was pretty darn spectacular. I have a limited amount of this ammunition left, and honestly it's kind of my go-to ammunition for this firearm. And here's why. Consistent 1-inch groups. Now mind you, this is only 50 yards, but my eyesight sucks, so I don't shoot a lot of open sights any long distance. But this gives me consistent accuracy out of this particular rifle. And it is fully, it's as accurate as my other Mosin again, and this ammunition functions flawlessly in my SVT-40 and gives consistent accuracy in that. So guys, if you can find the Privi-Partisan and you can afford it, stock up on this. This seems to be right now the most accurate 7.62x54 that I've run across. Now unfortunately, with the way the market is today, you may not find this stuff, but if you do find it at a garage sale or a gun show or something, snap it up. Make sure that you're getting the conventional brass case and the conventional bullet, and you're going to be happy with this stuff. So there you have it, guys. My 7.62x54R shootout. The best and the worst, and what's available out there today may be different in your areas, but at least in Canada with the internet you can go online and search all the online suppliers, and bang, you know, within a week that ammo's sitting at your front door, which is pretty awesome. So guys, once again, thanks for watching. Get out there, do some shooting, get off the couch, turn YouTube off, and go have a life and make some memories. Thanks guys, later.